All right, Harmonic traders, the time is now, and welcome to our Thursday giveaway session. We had a couple people jump in. Who was that first person? Caleb, you win a V3, and Mr. Parsad, you win a gold. How's that going for you? Connect with Ms. Stephanie on the Discord over at Harmonic Trader. Folks, please get to harmonictrader.com. and become a basic member. That's where it starts. All of your information for all the newbies that need to get up to speed, go to Harmonic Trader, basic membership, hit the basic members page, check out all those resources, and you got to get with the TradingView software. Why? Because it's going to generate the levels that we're going to talk about today, the big levels in crypto that are just printing left and right. So send your username to hpc@sr-analyst.com for that TradingView access. All right, let's get to it. Ethereum is the name of the game for today. And, Shanghai upgrade, whatever. Does it really matter? Does it matter? Because the big harmonic patterns that we've been talking about for a while, like Bitcoin, probably even more so on ETH, are big structures that, it's a foregone conclusion now. Let me clean this up, but it's 2,400. First stop. Forget 2,000. 2,000 is just a round, shiny number. Don't worry about it. 2,400. Why? Because it fits perfectly within the Type 1, Type 2 framework. Target 1, 2,403. Talk to me when we get there. It's a beautiful thing. It's really nice to see crypto kind of perk up and come back to life. I think there's a lot to be said for what happened last year. And, crypto seems to follow, seems to rhyme pretty nicely with its past cycles. If last year was just another bear crash cycle, then onward to a new bull cycle. How's that? And I think Ethereum, look, we're going to take it in chunks, but Ethereum 2,403 is a nothing, really easy first level. And we talked about this on Tuesday about Bitcoin. What are some of the standard retracements you can expect if we are in a bull market recovery? We are. Anybody think we're not in a bull market, new bull market on crypto? We're at least in a type 1 correction, reaction. Easily. And for ETH, you have precedent too. You have some big patterns in the past, but you go back, let's go back to history. We're in Bitcoin, we were looking at a variety of 50% retracements. ETH, same type of deal. There was a nice pattern there in 2019. All the way down at 167, 592 was target 1. It really doesn't matter. It's just we're talking proportionally. This stuff will grow. And I think the other kind of standard structural things that we look at, that we talk about M's and W's. Why? Because these are the patterns, these are the structures that give us the framework, give us super reliable levels, unlike any other methodology, in my opinion. And they've been damn accurate all throughout. Ethereum, target 1 on the dailies, again, is a minimum 382, but I think we could do a 50. It's not a stretch here. Let's get that. Let's get these patterns. And ever since that type 2 on the Gartley, which I'll have to go back and see what session. we were right there. And I was kind of in disbelief about that type 2, but there it was. And I don't think, look, 2,403 is just a starting metric. We could be easily over 3K later this year, even if it took a whole year. So great to see everybody in the chat. What's up, David, Evan, Cody, Miss Stephanie, Swooping Hawk, Masterson Trust, Evan, Victoria, James Island, everyone else. Welcome back. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12 noon Eastern. We'll shoot for an hour today. Markets are also picking up, and we're seeing some nice speculative fire coming back here. And that's what you want. We need to blow out some major levels this quarter. By June, end of June, we need to be a lot higher from where we are. And we're getting early signs early in the quarter that are setting it off. Let's keep an eye on that. But Ethereum is the one we're going to look at today. And even if we break it down, if you were wondering if there was any bearish signal, no. We blew out the bat pattern. Remember the 30-day time limit that I've been speaking much about? And then you just ask yourself, from the critical metric, here was the retest. There was the official retest, the type 2. 30 bars, folks, is today. How about that? How about that? How does that work? It's because what we're looking at are a series of trades, data points of supply and demand. Really, that's what the harmonics are measuring within their magical harmonic ratios. Day 30 is here. You tell me. You tell me. What is it doing within that 30-day window? Looks like a breakout. So until we see register some new bearish signals, this is going to go on a serial. Yes, I am serial. Bar over bar, daily climb, I think straight to 2400. Of course, you'll get some intraday, inside day action, but you are going to maintain this accelerated uptrend until 2400, and then we'll really deal. We'll know how big about that. What about the BAM BAT at Bitcoin at 11K? My friend, I don't know where you've been. Since January, we've been adjusting our outlook on the whole crypto area. Doesn't matter. We have patterns here. We've had extended consolidations that took the better part of 8 months. We generated a bunch of early patterns. Yeah, I've been definitely, I was cautious into the end of the year. I was actually quite sick of crypto at the end of the year, but then first week of January, bang, some fireworks exploded. Things like the type 2 bullish Gartley here in Ethereum came together, and now you're in acceleration mode. So, I'm not, and we're still reaction in that we treat that as an aggressive move up to 2403, and we'll take it in chunks. But the data changed. The outlook changed. Take a look at my sessions from January, folks. If you're not up on that one, if you're not aware of the new things that we identified, plus the massive patterns in a lot of the altcoins. And I still say this is an altcoin paradise. You've got, look, if this pops off, you want Ethereum and Bitcoin to run hard and then set off those speculative frenzy into those altcoins where the things that we have gone over that are trading at 1, 3, 5, 10 cents, go do your 5x and 10x's. Where are you going to get that? We'll review. I mean, I think I've been real clear on a lot of these, but, I think look at the leaders, follow Bitcoin and Ethereum. If they're in full acceleration mode, money's flowing back in hard. You don't fight that. You don't fight the money. You want the money. You want money in your pocket, not out of your pocket. So Ethereum, take it like that. If you're looking for little short-term whatever, look for little pullbacks, 5-minute patterns like, the bat and another bat and another bat. And, you're going to get 5-minute structures where things are going to pull back, and now it's a 5-minute chart. Now it's a 5-minute chart. So just wait, be patient. If you're not in, line up those 5-minute charts, wait for the 5-minute patterns, a big 30-bar 5-minute chart, and use that as entries. Nothing changes on the framework. All right? It's just you got to respect what the longer-term time frames are telling us. Here's the other big kind of ancillary market and investment vehicle the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. I've talked about this on Tuesday. And folks, when you've got interesting patterns like this big shark with a little baby bat down there, you tell me. We said this, 2956 is target 1 on Ethereum. That's roughly, on the interesting too about the shark. The shark's initial target is a 50% retracement. It's not a 382. So if this was maybe a different pattern here, I would say, okay, maybe a 382, but folks, it's a 5-0. Shark goes to a 5-0. So if that goes to a 5-0, what's Ethereum do? Ethereum goes to a 50% retracement, probably well above 3,000 soon. 2,400 now. And then would go for, you go for higher levels. We'll take it in chunks, but you're in acceleration phase where this is going to pop off this base. You're to the right of the downtrend. We've discussed all of these. That was the big deal last year. You could never fight this downtrend. You couldn't clear it. And we cleared it in the beginning of the year and got going with a nice little bat pattern down here. 574 was the hop. Now 10. Talk to me at 30. It's really not. Look, if you have any experience with the harmonic patterns, you apply the framework the same way. That's how we know where we are within this game. Understand it's going to take time. Not going to happen, pop off in 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks, but 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Keep that in mind of where we are. We're just starting. My friend, I just told you about what happened with the BAM bat at Bitcoin at 11K. It wasn't a BAM bat. The thing stabilized at 23,000. I'll look at that when we do the top 5. I'm talking Ethereum today. All right. And again, if you haven't been here before, go check my sessions from January. Please come, come here with a little education behind you. I make it real easy for everybody. So let's go back to spot Ethereum. Look at this, back-to-back patterns. The other thing we want to take note of with Ethereum and Bitcoin, that these back-to-back pattern formations really are signposts of future price action. Signpost of future price action. That's something that I said in my first book, The Harmonic Trader, which was amazing. It'll be 25 years in October that thing was released. And I sat at a Kinko's for it was starting about this time 25 years ago. Remember those Kinko's? I literally sat in the Kinko's compiling this 300-page compilation of charts and notes into the first Harmonic book. And the thing that always stuck out to me is that these patterns have meaning, significance. They're like a stop sign or a yield sign. And that's what these patterns are telling us now, that hey, this is a go sign. And you go to your target 1. And these are minimum. Think of it as like an automatic reaction. If you've got a viable tradable entity, a kind of a market organism, if you will, all right, once it gets going, it has to go to the target. That's the way we treat it. Of course, we want to manage it accordingly, but you got everything you need to see here. I'm done with, not even calling this with conviction. Talk to me at 2437, 2400, doesn't matter. Anyway, those are big. This is a big bar. It's almost a God candle, if you will. Quite frankly, it's a 3-bar continuation. What you're seeing today and a positive response. I don't know about, Shanghai upgrades or, pencil neck geeks that create this stuff. I just go with the market. And this market's running. That's how we got to treat it. Thank you, Mr. Casey. How you doing today? Let's get into a couple more. The other one that I really like in this area is this Ethereum Classic. Okay, I mean, just so many patterns down here, weekly patterns, big daily patterns. I like the concept of a proof of work entity makes sense to me. This new digital assets, class of digital assets known as crypto, okay, probably goes mainstream on this run. And I mean super mainstream, where your mom and dad start asking you, hey, how do I get into that Ethereum or that Bitcoin? How do we do that? And it's going to happen. You know, I think Bitcoin probably does go to new highs on this next cycle. And I've talked about that on Thursday. But again, I'm going to take it in chunks. I'm going to treat both of these, if not most of the crypto, to do 50% recoveries of the bear cycle. And then we'll see. But I like this Ethereum Classic too. And again, a proof of work makes sense to me. Take a look at that. Here's the weekly chart on Ethereum Classic. Where'd you go with my butterfly? Butterfly, right there. Listen, this is the other lesson we are all going to learn. You folks that are here now, okay? In a year from now, you guys are going to be harmonic geniuses with the experience you're about to obtain with this crypto explosion. You're going to go back when we get to target 2, and I do think target 2 on Ethereum Classic at 54 bucks is should be your minimum target. And you're going to go back and you'll be like, hey, I learned from that guy who has these patterns, and he showed me the way that they unfold, which is the harmonic pattern framework, where we get a reaction, you get a return, and then the real reversal begins. You want to see something explode, you want to be in the right spot, because that's what trading's all about. It's about maximizing your intelligence to reduce drawdown, optimize your entry, and understand where the hell you're going. Target 2, 54 bucks. That's it. That's what I'd gun for as a minimum objective on Ethereum Classic. I love it. And there's plenty other proof of works that I think are interesting. Probably on Tuesday, I'll get into an altcoin extravaganza of the things that I think can go 10 or 20x. Sounds crazy, but we have been here before. The markets are like that movie Groundhog Day. It's up to you to learn every day, make the next day better than the last, and learn from your mistakes. That's what we're doing here. So by me sharing the harmonic pattern framework and my experience to say, hey, you know, I'm not joking around. This is serious life and death stuff. Everybody that's here that's listening, consider yourself lucky that you got the time in the middle of the day to come in here. You don't have to work. Maybe you are at work, but give yourself credit for doing the work and willing to learn so that you don't have to go to, so your job becomes the markets full time. And with crypto, you know, before I got into it, I started hearing, oh, crypto will change your life, blah, blah, blah. You know, hey, I caught some big moves on that last cycle. Yeah, it was a nice boost to my life. And I think we're starting a new cycle here with this, where you're there now. I don't know how much money most of you have. It really doesn't matter. I think you all can scrape together a few thousand, $5,000-$10,000 and go with it. If you got more, now's the time. Now is the time. We've been waiting for this. I've been kind of holding back. I didn't want to get crazy on this, but it's, you know, with everything you've got going now, the patterns, the type 2s, it is absolutely, you're in that spot where that acceleration of type 2 magic begins to unfold. So shout out to everybody. What's up, Scotty? He's in the house. Really, you know, and a shout out to everybody that is working, you know. Again, keep your day job, like the song goes, keep your day job. And then while you learn, and then what happens is you cross the Rubicon of breaking through, then you're on your own and you can do it. If you love your job, keep your job. But everybody's going to have to invest. Everyone's going to have to be their own investment advisor. There's a lot of influencers out there, a lot of people shouting this project, that project. What I'm trying to do here is show you how you can use the tools for yourself to get yourself down the river. You know, I'm not going to do it for you. I'll show you how to do it. I'll impart my 25 years of experience of why, and why harmonics work. I mean, harmonics are just, look, these are natural cycles. You cannot get any more automatic how the markets unfold than these numbers. And I've studied them ups and down. I've been on the floors of exchanges comparing price action and patterns with floor traders before they all disappeared. The shit works. And you're about to see what's going to happen here in the next 8, 10, 15 months. You want to be here now. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's do our top 5. Of course, we cleaned out Bitcoin. We beat that to a pulp, or Ethereum. Let's go to BTC. Firmly above 30,000. That's just a number. That's just another round, shiny number. Doesn't really matter. What's Ethereum? It is a type 1 crab pattern, deep crab. All right. Type 1 deep crab took 8 months to go sideways. 37,248 is your minimum. I'm going to say 42,000. Why? We talked about that last time. Check out Tuesday's session. But I'm going to say 42,000. I'm going to give myself a little bit of time. I'll say maybe by September 21st. But I think we could get to 37.2 by June 21. That's how hard we're running. Please take this to heart. If you're new to harmonic patterns, get on it now. Study your charts. Get with the materials I provide. Because the sooner you jump in now, the more prepared you're going to be when this crypto cycle does pop off. Let's look at it. Look, here's the other thing about BTC, and I'll go back to Ethereum for the quick thing. Your monthly chart, right? Monthly chart did a 3-bar breakout back in January. We talked about that in February, why that was so critical. Now you're a month over month. You are month over month. You want to know where I think we are? I think we're right here on Bitcoin. Maybe like even right in here. We haven't even popped off at the 50 yet. And I did something last week where I projected major 1618, 314 extensions on what could happen if we just explode. I'm going to say for now, let's just firmly say 37.2 is a minimum, 42K most likely. But folks, if we see fireworks in the next month, 2 months, this thing is going to go. And it's already showing it to me. Also, our beautiful HSI arrow and yellow dot has not failed. Has not failed. If we go back to Bitcoin, we go back to its long-term history. And the dot, the HSI dot, is a confirmation dot of our proprietary harmonic strength index indicator. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Still have not eviscerated the organisms that invaded my body 2-3 weeks ago, but let's get to it. Look, the monthly dot on the bullish side has been incredible. We haven't failed one yet. I think on the weekly was really where it stood out. What does that mean, folks? Every dot, I think it was a monthly. There's your beautiful back-to-back patterns on Bitcoin, 2019, 2020 cycles. We talked about that on Tuesday, but yeah, it's the monthly dots. Your monthly dots, let's go back, set off the last couple of cycles. And I think that's the same, and I don't, you got a long way to go before you're going to generate any kind of bearish reading. What's the best data feed for Bitcoin all time? Maybe the index? Yeah. Look, here's the last 3 dots, all time. Bitcoin chart, okay? 1 at 16, 2, 2019, and 3, 2023. Okay, these are signals that absolutely every time put you early in the move. Early. And look, I was bearish up at 55, 60K. Okay, I mean, go back to the sessions from when we really got started. I mean, we really got started, I guess, 2021 as that crypto cycle was kicking off. And we've got some of the mods posted a couple of my early vids on crypto before Bitcoin. You know, when Bitcoin first busted to 10K, and I was like, I think it could go to 30. Check that material. Go to my YouTube page. But now, you got everything you want to see. I mean, it's 21.5 of that check back here. That's your floor, and you're on a 1-bar march, month over month. The other thing I did want to kind of highlight is, you know, if we're looking even at static short-term or intermediate levels, you know, something like this level at 45, how would we treat that? We'll trace it out. You go off the high, just connecting dots. It's kind of like that. And you get a little shark, maybe up to the 886 off that swing. And I'm booking this now. You know, I'm highlighting these things now so that we can go back to this in 6 months or a year when it does happen, and we say, look, take a look at what we were saying. Please learn from this, because this stuff will repeat over and over again. Sure, Bitcoin will roll over again someday and give you another 50% correction, but that's in a couple of years. For now, you have started a new cycle, and your minimum levels are much higher. Much, much higher. Really quick, let's continue this top 5 of Ethereum. We already went through that, but let's just look at the monthly chart. Weekly, or no, let's look at the monthly. Because the monthly zones and levels are going to do, they're going to be your guide. And we will just continue this march. First 3-bar breakout for Ethereum was actually the end of March. So this is relatively new. And if I was going to compare it to the prior cycle, you're probably right about here. So that's what you want to look for. You're here, go to the 50. And this would be another example what I would look for. You get to the 50 and you blast through with a God candle. You're early, folks. Your drawdown time's over. Now jump. Now go. Now run it. Number 3, Binance Coin. I think this is probably just a matter of time too, because in sympathy, money will flow to these puppies, and Binance Coin will receive cash. Not to mention, you're going to have a retail flood that will come back. And what I've talked about with Binance Coin is that, look, once you clear that 404 level, it's a bam, bat action magnet move up to the 886. Easy. Easy, easy. Still have yet to do even a 3-bar breakout, but I would not be surprised to see that breakout in Binance Coin before the end of the month. A close above 347 gets you there. Hey, Dave, yes, bank runs are great for crypto. And with the idiots we have in charge, the stupider the better for crypto with these people. You know, I mean, it's just amazing what's going on. Janet Yellen, I mean, please, really? Shouldn't you be in hospice already? Knitting some quilts? I mean, get out of here. This is a joke. I mean, it is a joke. It is a joke. These people are a joke. They're, you know, they have no regard for fiscal responsibility, but let's use that to our advantage. Realize that, hey, we need to search out alternatives. What do I, Steve Smith says, what do I mean by God candle? A God candle is like, is, that's a God candle. Okay? That's a God candle. Monster breakout continuation. It's coming. It's coming. We haven't even received God yet. God's in our life at all times, but the God candle for crypto, that would be a better God candle in a weekly. Usually it's a 3-bar or bigger breakout. And then you go. And that's what happened in 2020. Folks, number 4 is XRP. And I think that's the next shoe to drop. Once these idiots drop their nonsense with XRP, then you're going to see an altcoin explosion. Because there'll be nothing holding it back anymore. And we've talked about why XRP 93 cents is what you're targeting minimum. We've been on that since 35, 37, 40. It really doesn't even have 50 cents here. And that is another one. Hey, this pattern in XRP, again, I don't want to just throw numbers out and say, oh, XRP is going to 50 bucks or XRP is going to $2,000. I mean, people throw out incredible numbers without any basis. I always want to be measuring off of some kind of structure. We're in a type 1 reaction minimum, and it's already been set off. Okay, but this is exactly the kind of pattern in all of your crypto that, hey, I'm buying off of this low, 886 all-time harmonic reset right there, stabilized for the better part of 8 months, and then you go. And that's minimum stuff. Yes, if, let's say, XRP gets a favorable ruling and then just explodes, it'll be too late. It will be too late. You'll be like, oh, I'm going to try to chase it up here at $1 or $1.30. Nope. You want to be down here. And that's it. That's the deal. Number 5, I always forget about it, but look, it is Cardano. And this is just another one. It's an all-time 886 harmonic reset. Structurally, we were looking at a big crab pattern down there that fell shy of 1 cent of a perfect type 2. Probably better to consider this is like that. All-time 886, 36 cents. I think this is like XRP too, where you're going to take some time. Hey, if that came back to 36 cents one more time, I would say that's probably your entry. And from a harmonic basis, automatic 382 reactive type 1 takes you $1.40. That's it. Listen, when you got patterns behind you and you can measure them, they're pretty clear. They exhibit the price action you want to see. The 382 target is it's an automatic mechanical unfolding of price action. It takes some experience. You got to go through those things to really see how that develops time and time again on any time frame, any tradable market. But that's the deal with Cardano. That's number 5. Okay, show me your garbage, please. Give me your alt garbage, whatever you guys want. I'm going to do my quick review while you shill me your crappiest S&T coin. Folks, I'm just going to do my quick review of things like Chili's, things with verifiable stuff. Chili's, type 2 crab, basing 11.2. We've been in that since 11.2. You're waiting for 23 cents, if not bigger. All right, that's one. Number 2, these are the ones that I've highlighted, some of the 3 ideas for premium gold members. Anchor, perfect type 2 of this bat pattern came back. 2.8 cents. It's now 3.5. This one goes to 6, 7 cents. Easy. Look, you had this big deep crab up here at 7. Let's go. A couple more. Gala. Yeah, you know the deal on Gala. We talked about that last time. But I'll do it again. Gala is just like that other Here, but this is a shark, and I'm looking for more patterns that have developed off the recent surge. I mean, Gala did a nice 4x off the January low, pulled back, and guess what? It was a 50%, maybe almost a 618, like that, and it forms a shark. There's your 618, like that. I would say 3.4 cents. I don't know if it's going to get back down there, but let's keep it on the radar. A couple more. I'm going off your list. Compound, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, Compound and Zcash, those privacy coins, that makes a lot of sense to me. And pattern-wise, back to back to back. Here's the Compound situation. Daily shark, but it's really more about this prior deep crab. Look at all those crabs and patterns, beautiful structures, basing and basing and basing. You know, I would love to see that get back to 30. I don't think it will. I think your number and your pattern really you should focus on is that crab, and that's around 40 bucks, 41. So you're still down there. I like that one. The other chart of Zcash, which is another one I really have been saying it's, you know, a sleeper, but it's got the patterns you need to see. Looks like that. Oof. That one's, look, you could almost consider that practically, maybe not a God candle, maybe a disciple candle, but that's a massive 3-bar breakout. 35 bucks was the low. You're not going to see it again. And target 2, because it is a type 2, goes to 64. What exchange do I recommend for easiest deposit and withdrawal? I think you just got to stick with the big ones. Binance, Coinbase, maybe Gemini. Their fees are a little high, I think. I've got accounts with all of those guys. I think for those T coins, more speculative stuff, I'm looking at Qcoin exchange so I can grab some of those other ones. A few more. What do you guys have? Filecoin, same deal. File coins like ICP. It's a type 2 off of that bat, 553. And look, it's basing there, 535. You've been testing it all March, could not break down. That's ready to go. I like that. And these are the type of structures you want to be in on. Take a look. If we bring it further out on Filecoin, it's back-to-back patterns. This is something else we will talk about a year from now. Seriously, we'll be like, remember when we had this big deep crab and then a bat that was a type 2? Boy, that would have been great to get in there now that it's at 25 or whatever. This is what you want. From a harmonic perspective, these are signposts of future potential price action. You know, book 1370. Yeah, a couple more. I'll go to SHIB. I don't give a SHIB. Let's go. SHIB is like this. A couple of, you know, I mean, it's kind of like Doge. Massive basing down here. I know there's something down here. What is down here in SHIB? Wasn't it a bat pattern? All-time 886. If I was going to look at SHIB, I would just say, hey, right here at 1400ths or thousandths or millionths of a cent, that's your level. So anything underneath there is fair game. Boy, you guys really like those crap coins. Floki. Floki. What is a Floki? I don't even have it. Oh, I do. Here's Floki. Whoa. That ran. That did a 10x off the low. Are you kidding me? See, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. And this had a deep crab. All right, a regular crab at 7th millionths of a cent. Yeah, I don't really have anything on Floki. Dave, yeah, VET is a monster. VE chain, VET. This is going to be another one. It'll be another one we'll talk about. You'll tell your grandkids about. Be like, all right, I made my first million here on VE chain because this guy with his patterns had this big level that just was a monster all time. You tell me. You tell me. And I'm going to go to a couple of those other stocks like Riot and Bybit and a couple of those others. Terminal bar is 2 cents. You're 2.5 cents. Target 1 is 11.5 cents. So, that's just line up the pattern. Make sure you have a pattern, some confirmation down here, and get ready for the cycle pump. A couple more. H bar. Yeah, that's another one for our Harmonic Trader Gold members. And that gave us a perfect pullback, and it's yet to run. But again, look at these. Hedera hash graph. Couldn't tell you what it does, except for putting in a massive bat pattern where 9 cents is your minimum level. Confirmation came in down here at about 6.5. That's where you are right now. I say it's a go. I say it's a go. Look, not all these have patterns. I just want to focus on the ones that do, because I know when they run, I've got measurable levels to consider that, hey, 24 cents on that, 4x, I'm down. I like it. I'll take it. Couple of more. OP. Someone's been wanting to talk about that. You put that in several times. Persistence will get you everywhere. OP. Nice one. Again, don't know what it does, but it had a pattern. And now looks like it wants to break out of that crab. And that was 55, 60 cents way back in November. Already gave you a 4x. Any other charts here? Yeah, this is, again, folks, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I wish, this kind of reminds me of Cardano because it did a type 1 and then almost got back to the perfect type 2. And that's where it exploded. So use that and go through. You take the time, take the advantage, take the trial. Okay, blow through crypto from the past because it's going to repeat. And this is what I'm talking about. A pattern behind you to the left gives you the support that once you start to build and take off, you know where it could possibly go because you got a pattern looking left. Couple more. Coty. Yeah, that does have a pattern. I was looking at that one recently. Coty's like this. Ooh, 8 cents. That was, oh, there you go. Daily, and oh my goodness. It's a perfect type too. This could be tough because, it hit the XA level exactly, but this is the beauty of harmonic patterns at work. What's the low there? 6.23. Your XA level was 6.22. Where else are you going to be able to do that? What else is, what person, influencer, methodology is going to be able to give you that kind of precision? But just know, this is early stages. Target 2 is a minimum. And what do we have in the weekly? Thought there was something down here on the weekly too. It's T-Coin City though. A nice 90% plus correction. You got some patterns behind it. So yeah, I think that's a good one. That's certainly better than something that doesn't have a pattern. And also you're to the right of the downtrend. Your bear market is over. It's like that. I mean, even if we were going to go there or go there, any signal to the right of here is a lot better than last year. Hey, Marcin, I don't know what R is. Didn't we look at that last time? R? I don't know what R is. Arg. Pirate chain. Arg. That's hilarious. have no idea what that is. Anything on a daily? Oh, well, look at here. Right? Looky what we have here. Talk about extended development. But there's a Gartley at 34 cents. The XA level's at 42. You know, maybe you wait on that until it does break out, but you got a pattern looking left. Arg. Oh, look at that. But that's another one that's it's either on Qcoin or, you know, it's not on the major exchanges. CoinX, Gate.io. I have no idea about those. But let's do a quick update of those stocks, folks. Remember this? Okay, Bit Digital. I talked about that last time. Let me just re-emphasize. This is going to give you a God candle and $12, $13 on that one. 13, target one. It's a massive pattern. And it's like that, and it's like the other one that is now ripping. Look at Riot blockchain, and look at the pattern. Go to school on this stuff so that when things do fire off, you're ready. But Riot goes to 32, 33 now. We're about to break out of the zone. Trust me, you get above 14, then you're full acceleration mode like that. A lot of these are putting it together. And it's in the stocks. It's in your, remember this? Remember Grayscale Bitcoin Trust on BTC? And these are big, just fat, juicy patterns that are signposts of future price action, where your target ones are doubles off of the lows, or, you know, or doubles out of the zones, triples off the lows. And that's where we are, because you're out of the zone and you are absolutely in acceleration mode now. So, you know, I'm not really too afraid of that. Here's another one I really like. It's another 3 ideas for my folks. The ZIL with a deep crab. Okay, all the way down here under 3 cents. And this should at least come back and retest that bearish pattern where you double from here. But I think there's, you know, this one is another all-time 886. Just trying to rip through all of these. Keep an eye on that. Really quick, can't even believe it's top of the hour already, but let's shoot over to the markets. And what's going on? Because yes, you do want markets, to get crazy. You want markets to really pop off here and just violate massive bearish patterns going forward. Looks like this. The SPY up 340 after yesterday's announcement. Listen, we're up here, weekly time frame. We're at a target one at 398. What are you doing up here? There's no confirmation. We have not triggered any overbought signal on the weekly. The daily, a little bit different. And I am paying close attention here, because what SPY does as our primary macro indicator, okay, kind of the barometer of what the macro is going to do, you check back now. You formed a dot yesterday, that yellow dot, first dot since that one. I still say we could probably come back and maybe come up to that 420 level, the 113 of the shark. Seriously, no, not making a joke here. Okay, but at a minimum, let's see what happens today. We go back and retest yesterday's high. 412.17. These are minimums. I think if we don't roll over in the next day or two and we continue to grind higher, you're going to find yourself trying to make a run, okay, to break out to new highs for the year, which is a very common phenomenon. Once you form a first quarter peak, then you take it out, That's where the bigger acceleration for any yearly follow through happens. And these numbers, are pointing possibly to as high as 429. It's not there yet. Take a look at your indicators here. We had amplified, we had HSI. We could wait a few more days if you were looking to get bearish. You're still early. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks, like, all right, maybe next week, maybe the week after that. But the macro is still up. Hasn't stopped, hasn't come off yet. And I think we're going to challenge for that prior high and then take a look. Even if we do connect the dots, you do have a little shark, a shark inside of the shark. It's like this. You go there, there's your harmonic impulse wave, and then you go up to a 1618. And that probably puts you really 422, I think, is maybe 423 before this stops. Before this stops. So you've got a few signals here, but price action has not exhibited anything that would cause concern just yet. Keep an eye on it. And where are we? Do we have any mid-dot signals? Midday dot. Remember our midday dot? No. Look at that. After yesterday's sell-off, look at that beautiful butterfly that completed in the aftermarket at 407. That was a floor. Now, where the heck did that go? Oh, there you go. So now target 2 at 411.45. We just hit that. All right, maybe you reject off of here a little bit. I'm more concerned with daily, weekly closes on this market going forward to understand how hard it's going to run. And the ditto with the Qs. And I've been saying really since February that we need to look at the Qs as much as SPY. First, I was saying just SPY should really plan it out, but same deal. We're at a 2 of 2. Okay, but what's price action doing? We have a dot, we have confirmation, everything there. Do we have one 3-bar breakdown? Not yet. And holding firm at 313 area, where I'll look for this to come a little higher, 320, maybe back up into the zone. There's a few higher numbers. Okay, but this is why we look at the pattern levels, because we want to optimize our entry. And I do believe that the process of completion and the way harmonic patterns come together, they give you plenty of time. So if your signal's not there, just chill. Be patient with it. It will let it come to you. That was the deal with crypto all last year, letting it come to you. So keep an eye on that. I mean, there's big stuff here. Couple more before I get out of here. I talked about this on Tuesday, and it's happening. Crude oil futures, probably the big market you want to keep an eye on now. If we can really get going on crude oil futures, okay, that's going to help the general market. And I'm not just a quick review, but listen, we might be looking at these levels in the mirror pretty quickly, because we know what this is. This is an all-time 886. And just to retrace it for everybody's memory real quick, and this is the harmonic pattern framework in action. I mean, it was a perfect 886 at that top. You couldn't get any more perfect. That gives you your B point. And I said that I'm going to have to come up with and go back and look at the sessions where we talked about that January 22 of saying, well, if the 886 gets rejected, then maybe it needs to do a 382, which is the nominal harmonic retracement to 63, 64. That's exactly what happened. And it's holding. And what should happen is this should explode here. And I'm talking by the end of the month, we'll know. You print a couple of green weekly candles, you're going to go straight back to that 886 by the summer, or certainly by the fall, would put you, around 120. Be aware of that. We've got some major patterns in energy. Some of the members know that. I'll have some new ones very soon, but a lot of these are setting up, and this next leg could really take it higher. You like what you're seeing here. If you're for a long-term perspective of being in the right place, where a 382 starts and acts like a continuation retracement, that's it. That's the definition of it. And speaking of interesting markets, gold. Talk about God candles. God coming to gold, where if gold, something's up. I'm just going to say this. Something is up in the gold market. Something is up in general with things related to gold, where if we got a 200 or 300 point candle, okay, in a month, maybe next month, maybe even this month, that's what I suspect is going on here. And there's nothing stopping gold. Gold, with that kind of a candle, does a minimum 1618 breakout off of that low. 2500, I think, is what we said last time. 2450 minimum. Gold, listen, that's not bearish. This retest going on currently, all right, the fact that you have spent how many months? 2 years here going sideways like that. You're 30 months, folks. Tell me what it does 30 months after the inflection. You're about to break out again. That's continuation city. I really feel like these kind of insights can be early signposts of future price action, and gold is showing us some things that something is up. So if you're a gold bug, you've got two considerations here. Oh, look at that beautiful butterfly right at the low in 2000 on the monthly chart at 300. Now, just so we get it on record, gold could be doing something like this, which is also bullish for crypto. So if you're not following gold and you're in crypto, please start it. But this is what I suspect you will get with gold with a God candle, is you go to a 2.0. You do a big all-time ABCD. That puts you at 2,700. And that's not really a tough objective in this kind of scenario. We've seen it before, and it's developing where one candle, I think even if you closed where you are right now, it would be enough evidence of a massive breakout incoming. So this is a heck of a time after a real crappy year last year, but I think that's a one-off. I think what went down last year was just kind of a one-off of, overhang from 2020, and now you're back into long-term accelerating trends. Definitely be aware of it. All right, let's give away one more gold membership. First person to put in GOLD, you win a gold membership. I'm only going to give away one book today, and that went to our first that was in here. You have to go over to harmonictrader.com and then get into our Discord and contact Miss Stephanie. If you want the Discord link, it's number 4 on the page right there. Jared, you win. Okay, I'm only giving away the gold membership. It's just a lot easier. And here's our Discord. Okay, go here with Discord link of right there, and get with it. And I've been posting in the gold members. I'm in there now in our gold chat, and I'm doing more updates daily, especially now that I'm feeling better. And we got our gold members in there as well. Here's something. Here's a nice speculative thing. This is something I'm got into this morning. This is Banano Genomics. But again, look, massive pattern. That's a beauty. It's a speculative play, $1 to 176. We talk about that and a lot of other things in the gold members. And I do SPY and QQQ futures and options in there as well. So join us in those new gold members. You guys check that out, but get with the gold membership, okay? Look, folks, that's what I have for today. You guys have a great one. Absolutely, go get it, rip it up, get with us now, and prepare yourself. Really, now is the time. If you're not involved and you don't have your toe in the water, get the whole foot in the water and get with it, because we're going to be looking back at these 6 months, a year from now, and we're going to say, remember when we said about all these patterns? So get with it. Everybody, have a great one. As always, we'll see you on Tuesday.